So Tim Houston goes down to the reserve in Pictou Landing today, or sends the Mounties down there to steal the property of these people that has nothing to do with him, and he should stay out of other people's business. I just learned that Nova Scotia Power is owned, or 51% of it's owned by Sobeys, which is interesting. Sobeys, Frank Sobey married Irene McDonald. That McDonald name's pretty important because a lot of people don't know, but the money didn't come from Sobeys, it came from McDonald's. And the land that Tim Houston lives on down there is old McDonald land, right? So not only is 51% owned by Sobeys, which is tied directly to McDonald's, but old Timmy's wife is a McDonald. He's married into the family, the Sobeys McDonald family, and living on the land down there. And it's no wonder that when we had the big storm, Nova Scotia Power went right down there and hooked him up because he owned shares through his wife's family. This is wrong. This is wrong, Timmy. Shouldn't be doing this to people. You're a liar. You're a thief. This needs to stop. This government is pushing it way too far. Way too far.
I think it's pretty gross.
Well, yeah.
Telling that they own everything and...
Yeah, you look at the McDonald family, all of them. Lots of money. That money doesn't come from nowhere. That money came from somewhere else, and it did not belong to them. They seem to think they can go in and take it out when they wanted to after old William died. It does not belong to them. It never did, and they will pay for what they've done. So with Tim linked in with the McDonald family and having making profits from Nova Scotia Power, I mean, for him to go and fight for the people of Nova Scotia against Nova Scotia Power that he has interest in, a big conflict there, Timmy. Big conflict. Imagine going down there and robbing those people for their stuff. They got no right to do that. They're a sovereign nation. Not only that, Tim Houston and this government has no right to the power they claim to have. He's a dead king. Well, the law is the power. That's what they forgot. They're not following the law. They're not obeying the law. They decided to go directly against the rule of law and write privilege into the law for themselves. Absolute privilege, or qualified privilege, or parliamentary privilege, all privileges that make them above the law. But the rule of law itself says no one is over the law, no matter who. No one. Breaking the law. Those same police officers that are down in Pictou Landing robbing people are breaking the law with their privileges and the privileges they hold. They're crooks, is what they are, and nothing but. Should be leaving those people alone. Nova Scotia Power, he gets Nova Scotia Power to shut down power to go raid Pictou Landing, but it's the same guy. It's Tim Houston that's sending the Mounties down to steal the stuff from these people, and he's using a company that he's got shares into, or he's tied into the family that has shared into it, the McDonald's family, Sobeys family, that owns a lot of that land down in Little Harbor. Dirty, Timmy.
I don't know, you can't. You
dirty.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that they did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it's a total setup.
Absolutely.
He used both of them, and this the guy fighting for...
claiming to be fighting for...
Christ, Timmy. Yeah, claiming to be fighting for the people against Nova Scotia Power. Yeah, his own fucking company he's got fucking interest in. Rich off McDonald's, stolen gold is what he is. Stolen gold. Everybody looking at Oak Island for the Templar treasure, but we know where it is, Timmy. We know where it is. Sinclair's Island is Sinclair's Island for a reason. It's in his own name. Send people to Oak Island like they're a bunch of idiots, and they are for listening to you and your kin. The whole McDonald clan. Wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself. At one time, your blood was royal. Now you're dirt. Scum of the earth. Scum of the earth. Own up to what you did. Own up to what you did. You didn't rob just the people. You know who you robbed. You know the covenant. Doesn't matter, does it? Power, wealth, money, through God, right? Time's coming, Tim. And the rest of you. I mean, it's hard not to.
But that came
unreal.
from your heart. I felt that.
Oh, it did come from my heart.
That. I got chills.
My grandfather owned that island. People used to have something. Not no more. And it's you guys. You guys did it. You know what was supposed to happen to that when William died. You know exactly what was supposed to happen to it. Not fill your pockets. It wasn't yours. And it wasn't William's. It wasn't all the other Templar families that were here. What happens to a man that robs God? Tell me.